Oh, yes. Yes.
Hey guys, welcome to Podcast vs. Play episode 45. I'm Cal, and as always, I'm joined by a man who once got booed during a live podcast after telling the audience he'd spent the day travelling down to see his mum. As soon as he said it, the whole audience went, boo! It was the last time we ever did a charity podcast in an orphanage. It's only Dan.
Hello.
Hi. Bit of a long one this week.
It was, and quite depressing.
Yeah, it's how we roll.
Yeah. Always here to depress your ears.
How are you, Mr. Dan?
I'm very well. Evolve has been back on the old beta, so we've been having a bit of a bash on that.
It has. You've kind of jumped ahead of the news, Dan. So
No,
thanks for that.
I'm forewarning the news. That's what I'm doing.
Giving them a heads up of what's to come so they can stick around.
Exactly.
So after they got depressed, now they can be happy.
Yeah.
I like
unless
it.
they weren't involved in it, in which case they'd probably be more depressed.
Or if they
I would
wasn't involved with it.
Oh.
Snort. Would you like some news with that snort?
Yeah, I'll have some news. Go on.
Well, I've got some news for you, just so happens, young man.
Oh, excellent.
You can pre-order GTA 5 on Steam, if you didn't know.
Yes.
That's not the news. But by pre-ordering GTA 5 on Steam, you will get $500,000 for the story mode, as well as $500,000 for GTA Online. If you order by February the 1st, you'll also receive an extra $300,000 for GTA Online and a free PC copy of GTA San Andreas. There are no other free games. There was a couple of rumours before this that if you did all that, but you could also get Max Payne 3. But that is just a big fat stinking lie of a rumour.
Well, Max Payne 3 is usually on sale for about £4 or something.
Plus, if you haven't got it now, you should just be shut anyway.
Yeah, absolutely. It's the best. So yeah,
such a good game.
Go and get it immediately if you haven't. But it would still have been a nice little treat. However, what I would have preferred from them would have been something like a Max Payne 4 beta access or something like that when it comes out. Because there will be one.
Of course there will be. But will it actually come out on PC at the same time as the consoles? There's always quite a large gap between Rockstar games when it console to PC, if they actually appear on PC at all.
But I'd only hope that's just because they're making it better.
I suppose. I mean,
solidifying the online elements and stuff.
Look at the likes of like GTA 4 and Max Payne. GTA 5 seems to have been a lot quicker.
Yeah.
It still took a long fucking time, don't get me wrong, but
it did, but with how popular it is, you can't really keep alienating people for, quite a long period of time. But, I say that, there's still a lot of the online functionality that was promised with GTA 5 initially, the heists and all that sort of stuff. Still nowhere to be seen.
No. Well, apparently it's hitting with the PC version, so
I was talking to someone about this yesterday, and I can only assume that they've held off to say, well, until we get it out on all next-gen consoles, like PS4, Xbox One, and then do the inevitable PC release, then all online functionality will be restored. But that's a bit of a pisser, though, because if you've had it like I have, like the launch day in like 2013, that means that that fantastic trailer that was out for GTA Online, So I think it would be fine if they said, this is going to be an option, but not yet.
Yeah,
it is going to be in another year. Or
this is something you can do, but not yet. We're not going to implement it just yet. But at the same time, they did say they wasn't going to release a next-gen version. So with it being so close to the PS4 and Xbox One launch, when it came out on PS3 and 360, they would have had to have said, we're actually going to do a next-gen version as well. So that's why Heist isn't in it. So
yeah, but those are things that maybe they should have been looking at it from the other way around. Then they should have said, well, we're going to work on the assumption that we are going to do a future console release and PC release, and then we'll implement these new exciting heists and all this extra crazy stuff. And then if it turns out they weren't going to, they said, well, don't worry about that anymore. We'll get it on the current gen as soon as possible. So they just
knew they was doing a next gen version.
I think they do.
Same as Naughty Dog did.
Yeah, it's kind of inevitable, really. I mean, even if they hadn't have planned it by the time everything was out, they'd certainly look back at it and go, well, can we not just tidy it up a little bit, put a few extra features in and then smash it out again for £35.
Yeah.
Which would have made perfect sense. People would have still gone out and bought it. I will, definitely.
See, I've got it for Xbox One. I've got it for PS3 and I've got it for Xbox One. And I probably won't get it for PC until it's a bit cheaper than the price it's going to be.
Yeah, I mean, its initial pre-order price is $35, or $34.99, I think it is. But with that, you do get a whole bunch of stuff. But I mean, just even if it was just a game on its own with no additional features or anything, it's just a little bit better looking.
Still cheaper than the console version.
Well, that's true, but you'd hope it would be after this amount of time. I don't think they could really get away with going £45.
Yeah, or more.
But maybe they do what they did with Ground Zeroes, and on its actual launch day, half price it or something.
Yeah.
If they do that, I will probably pick it up.
I'll be tempted to, if it's half price. That's like 15, 16 quid.
Exactly, yeah. I mean, that is super reasonable. Plus I know I'll get so much more out of it on a PC than I would on the Xbox 360, which is what I've currently got it on. So yeah,
which you was playing today, I saw.
No, that's Gaz. Gaz has been completing the story mode.
Oh, good job I didn't send him a dick picture then.
Probably, yeah. I prefer you to send those to my phone as usual.
Thank God for free multimedia messages.
Yeah.
Moving on from dick pics and GTA. We also had another giveaway this week. Congratulations to Joshua St. John, aka at St. John83 on Twitter, for winning our PlayStation 4 Evolve Giveaway. Joshua bagged himself a code for the Evolve closed beta, which myself, Dan, and our good friend Rick have been playing over the weekend.
Yes.
And Joshua is now a happy camper.
As he should be.
Goodwill to all men by PvP.
We've gone a little bit past Christmas, but happy Christmas, John St. John, or whatever your name was.
This is for this Christmas coming.
Oh, right, wow, we're getting in really
Welcome
early
to
then.
Christmas special.
Yeah.
But no, we have a lot of giveaways, so check out the Twitter, check out the website, and check out the channel, so you can keep an eye on what we are giving away, take part, and most of all, be safe, kids. Unless you're not a kid, then don't be safe. No,
well, I
don't be safe.
hope we're not talking to kids, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah, we say a lot of bad things.
Yeah.
Didn't even argue it, but yeah.
It's true, we do.
I kind of, well, I say kind of related to that. It is related to that. Our main story is the Evolve closed beta. As I just said, we've been playing over the weekend, and it's not much different from the alpha.
Not really, no. There's a few different weather effects, a few different wildlife animals have been introduced as well. So there's like more wildlife that's just super pissed at you being there. So that's fun, just trying to get past that lot, just to try and chase down your monster. There is, of course, a new monster, the Wraith, which is the worst thing ever. It is incredibly overpowered. It's ridiculous. And I think it's like people who've pre-ordered it get access to it or something like that anyway, because like people are like level 3 and have got this fucking crazy monster. So it is super hard. It is just as intense, just as fun as the alpha that we played. So I'm glad that they haven't taken anything away from it. They've only added features in, which is good. So I'm super looking forward to the single player. I think it's going to be excellent.
I really enjoyed it until I met the fucking Wraith for the first time. And I'm not very good at it. I'll put my hand up, but I'll be honest, I was quite happy with my performance yesterday.
Yeah, you were actually a team player. You were part of the team.
I did really well.
So it just stands to reason that, the more people you can get involved with, the better it will be. Because, there was 3 of us, and then there was just another random guy, and then someone who's the monster. And you don't need to know who's playing the monster. So the fact that there was the 3 of us, and we were just, we were discussing tactics, how we were going to take it down, who to do what, where, when, and it, I'd say probably 75-80% of the matches we actually won. It was usually only the Wraith that managed to take us out, because
it is overpowered to fuck.
It is. So hopefully they work on that.
I hope. It's something Rick said yesterday, and I never really noticed it. I just assumed I was shit, but he is the Wraith is a lot smaller than... He's still really big, but he's a lot smaller and a lot faster than the other monsters. And it's super hard to shoot it.
Yeah, I mean, the only advantage is really having the lightning gun, because that just sort of locks on automatically. So you only need to be near it and pull the trigger and it'll zap it. But yeah, I mean, it can like do this sort of weird teleport move when it sort of like spins and flies, and then he just goes batshit insane and just starts flailing everything everywhere and just cuts you up immediately.
Can abduct players as well.
Oh god, it's... I just know for a fact though that, like, because still, as you can see from my previous Evolved video from ages ago, my class is still support, so I'm still running around as that guy.
Yeah.
But if I was to play the monster, that's the only one I'd pick, because I know for a fact that's the only one I'd stand a chance with.
Yeah.
Because I'm absolutely useless with the monster. But at least, when buffing people and dropping orbital barrages and stuff like that, I'm fine with that. I can do that fine. I can keep the team safe, whilst, the monster just flips out on me.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Well, that's the thing. But that's the thing. Because everyone has got such a specific role and everything is useful, as soon as they start doing what they're supposed to be doing, the monster will just go straight for you. So as soon as the medic's healing people, it'll go to the medic so it can stop healing people. And as soon as he goes for the medic, the guy with the support thing, like the shield gun, will cover them. And then he'll turn around and go for the support. And then the assault is just running around, just trying to blast him. And the harpoons are just down everywhere. And it's incredibly hard to be a monster effectively, because you've got to do like that sort of like guerrilla wraith tactics, flipping in and pulling someone out and then just slashing them up. That's the way to do it.
That's only applying that the hunters are actually playing as a unit. I mean, there was a part yesterday where both me and you had died and we were in spectate mode. And the monster was just going for, I think it was the trapper, and it was not doing anything about the medic, who was just constantly healing.
Yeah, the fact, I mean, both me and Callum were killed, and then if you haven't played it, if a player is sort of knocked out, so you're on the floor doing like a kind of a last stand thing, you can be revived either automatically by a certain medic, or a player, or the little dog thing, Daisy, can come and revive you. But two of those, next one you're dead, and then you go into a dropship, and then the dropship has got like a timer on it for 1.5 minutes from the time the first player dies to flying back in and dropping them in again. So if you get killed and you've got like 20 seconds before the dropship, as if two other people die, all you've got to do is just run away, because they'll all drop in like 25 seconds, which is excellent. So me and Cal were both dead, waiting like a full 1.5 minutes. This is a level 3 Goliath we were going up against, this huge thing, and the trapper was just running around, just shooting it with this little pistol, dropping harpoons, and the medic was just stood on top of a building, just healing him, and all he was doing was just chasing after the trapper. Yeah,
instead of taking the medic out.
Yeah, which means that it gave us the full 1.5 minutes to get back in. We dropped in, and then we killed it, because all 4 of us were there. And it's just like, how stupid are you? You don't just go for the sort of person that's pissing you off the most. You're doing the person that's going to be protecting that one.
Yeah, because you're not going to take them out otherwise.
No.
And we did alright yesterday, the 3 of us, but there's a lot of times where our 4th member was just a random person playing. It was usually shit. And I don't mean shit as in they didn't know what they were doing. They were just running off on their own,
shooting everything.
Tagging all the wildlife. So we'd be tracking the fucking wildlife, and then it was just fucking ridiculous. And
this is a public message for everyone who's going to play Evolve from now on. The wildlife is not there to shoot, right? No. Unless it's an elite one that's got a buff on it, which may be useful.
Unless it attacks you, obviously.
Obviously, yeah, but you've got a jetpack, for fuck's sake, fly away.
Yeah.
But standing around on the floor and shooting everything in sight, all it does is aggravate everything, and then they will just continually jump on you until you're dead.
There was a moment yesterday.
The mission objective, which is to kill the big fucking monster that's running away.
Because we've all been killed by wildlife.
Exactly.
Because people can't keep the fucking fingers off the trigger.
Yeah, you've got to get past that. They're like obstacles, You've just got to sort of navigate past them whilst you're chasing this thing. They're just things to try and slow you down. And if you just stand around shooting them, that's it. The monster's on the other side of the map. Or it doubles back, you're pissing about, and he just jumps on your head.
Yeah.
So, for the love of God, don't do that. Play it properly. You're a team. You've got specific roles within your team. Stick to it, and you will take that motherfucker down.
Yeah. I will say, I enjoy it infinitely better with, like, when we were playing together.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
I had a few games where it was me and just like 3 randomers and a monster, and nowhere near as. I got pretty bored quickly again. This because we didn't get to play together on the alpha because we couldn't join matchmaking.
Yeah.
And I got bored. To be honest, I enjoyed it, but I got bored because I was just doing the same thing. Nobody was talking. There was no tactics or anything. And then yesterday, instantly made me think, this is why Dan, because you managed to play with friends last time.
The biggest trouble, obviously, with any kind of alpha or beta is the matchmaking with something that's purely online. So the fact you couldn't really play with your friends was a bit annoying, but you've got to sort of you can understand you're getting it for free. You can't argue with it. So the only way around it that we could find, and I hope that people do figure this out or know themselves, the only way to get past it was to join a lobby, complete a game, or if unless someone disconnects from it, and then as quick as possible send an invite through Steam to your friends for them to accept and take the space. You've got to be ultra quick with it, but if you can do it, that's how we got all of us in on the same match.
Yeah, twice as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So we were super pleased with that.
And then obviously just staying for each round thereafter instead of dropping out, because obviously someone else will take your place. So it's not a case of you've got to do it every time. As soon as you get in, for as long as you're on, you're good.
Yeah, we didn't have any kind of dropout, or anything like that. Things just they ticked along nicely whilst you were sort of in your little lobby. But there's obviously no kind of like party leader perks, so you can't boot people out to invite people in. But obviously in the finished product, that's not really going to make any difference, because you'll be able to do it. You'll be able to do it properly, yeah of course. But actually, speaking of the proper version, the pre-release, the pre-order, should I say, is available on Steam now. And if you get it on Steam now, you get a free copy of Left 4 Dead.
That's sweet.
Yeah, so
one or
else
two.
From 2K. It only said Left 4 Dead.
I'm sure it's the first one then.
So it'll probably be the first one.
Still
but I'd hope it was
good
the second
game.
one.
Either way.
Well, yeah, it's still a free game. So yeah, I certainly can't argue with that.
That's all we got though.
Yeah,
we are
it's
all out.
Pretty short one this week.
It's been a slow week, to be honest. Coming up on the channel though, we are venturing back into APB territory.
Oh yes.
We've got some PvP Pokemon.
Yeah.
The big roundup of the first time round.
Yeah.
We've gone back. We've worked hard. Ish.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I've suffered a major PC fuck up.
Yeah.
In which this is apparently, I called Microsoft and I called the guys who actually constructed the computer for me, and neither of them had heard about this mistake, which I find quite unbelievable. But I managed to figure it out in the end. But had this weird. It's kind of like, imagine it like the Red Ring of Death for the 360. It's like an equivalent thing of that. So it's like a
it
continuous.
Costs £2,000.
That's true. Yeah. But it's kind of like a continuous auto-diagnostic loop thing, which means that in the end I managed to find the Windows disk, refresh it all. I lost all the stuff that was on my hard drive. Luckily, most things were saved on my external drives, which is fine. But because of that, we may have to put a pause, because I'm pretty sure that and I hate to say this, I'm pretty sure Bumbase Prime was a part of the C drive saves.
This is news to me.
Yeah, I think we may have lost Bumbase Prime altogether.
So,
because obviously Alpha we lost because of weird server issues, and nothing to do with the fact we blew up half of it.
Wait.
All right, calm down. And then I put so much fucking time into building Bumbase Prime as well, and I think we may have lost it. And if we've lost that, there's a possibility we may have also lost Magicraft and Minosaurs. I think they're external, because I'm pretty sure I got that after the external drives.
I'm actually gone really hot. I've got a flush.
Yeah, we'll have to investigate that further. Hopefully Magicraft and everything is still fine, but at least we didn't get too far into it. I don't think there's anything that's super unrecoverable. So a little bit of cheating, I think we may be up to where we were before.
Oh, Dylan.
Yep, Dylan's
the little
probably
base dead.
Had, all my magic spells, everything is all gone.
It'll be dead funny.
What
was your chest called? Your magic chest?
Luggage.
If it's all gone and we just end up building it all again, and then luggage just appears, it's like, where the fuck have you been?
Do you know what I found out the other day, actually? That luggage is actually a thing. It's from Terry Pratchett. It's from a Terry Pratchett book.
I've not read a single Terry Pratchett book.
No, neither have I. But I was telling someone about the Minecraft, the Minosaurs, the magic craft we were doing. And I said, I've got this little, which is familiar, this luggage that follows me around. And they just went, right, luggage, yeah. And I was just like, oh, so you've seen it? And they were just like, no, it's from Terry Pratchett. It's like this little thing with loads of legs that goes around eating everything. I was like, that's exactly it.
Oh my god!
I didn't even realise it was an actual thing. But yeah, that's exactly what cool. It was in the. So yeah, that was awesome. So I had a little Terry Pratchett character without even realising it. So I was quite pleased with that. So yeah, I will be pretty gutted if he's fucking gone.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm fingers crossed that everything's okay. It's just that I have a very sneaking suspicion that we may have lost it.
I don't like the fact that you've had a week to tell me this, and you've told me on the podcast.
I've been doing better things, to be honest.
To be fair, he has. Dan bought me the Minecraft Blockopedia because after 2 years I still know fuck all.
Yeah, so I'm hoping that you can read this, study it, learn all the basics again, and again, not pester me every 20 minutes saying, how do I make torches again?
I know how to make torches, come on.
Go on then.
Coal and sticks.
Yeah, right. Aha! It's not though, is it? It's not, you're wrong. It's charcoal and sticks.
Same difference, potato,
no,
potato.
No, it's not.
Coal
you dig up from the ground.
I still need coal to do
you get
it.
From burning wood. So that.
Well, nah.
Oh, that's a reference that people won't get for quite a few weeks.
No, but we will be telling you all about it.
Yes, definitely. So look forward to that.
That's it though.
Yeah.
As always, Dan, the last 3 things you smelt with your nose.
Smelt with my nose rather than my exterior, my other nose, Blackberry e-liquid, like for my e-cig, Blackberry, although it doesn't smell anything like Blackberry. I've got an amaretto.
Does it taste anything like a phone?
No. Yeah, it could have been like an actual literal physical Blackberry.
Yeah, they've just melted it down. It's about the only use they've got these days.
Yeah, that, garlic, and I don't know. I don't
know what it was.
Anything.
The last thing you're not sure what it was that you smelled.
That wasn't the question though. I don't know. I think this might be the first week I don't have the third thing.
Oh my days.
Air, I guess.
Can you smell air?
Well, it's around, so I guess.
But wouldn't that be always the last thing you smell?
I guess. Well, maybe a fart.
Unless you're drowned in shit, I suppose.
Yeah, I suppose.
Anyway.
Well, that's kind of like what fart is, to be honest.
Oh, yeah, it's fine. Without the drowning. Anyway, you weirdo. Say goodbye, Dan.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, yes.